Jameson offers two versions of tree pruners. These are used by professional tree care and occasionally the do-it-yourselfer to prune limbs and tree branches, bushes and shrubs, or anything growing that you need cut back. We have two main models, the JA 14 and the JA 34. The difference between the two is the cutting capacity. The JA 14 is 1 1/4 inches. The JA 34 is 1 3/4 inches. You can see the differences there. This is the JA 14, 1 1/4 inches. This is the 34, 1 3/4 inches. That 1/2 inch of capacity makes a big difference. The professional tree trimmer is always trying to cut bigger and bigger branches. He prefers to use the pruner over a saw blade because it's just faster. So that's why we came out with the larger model. We refer to the JA 34 as the Big Mouth Pruner. You'll often hear salesmen or people internally just call it the Big Mouth Pruner. They don't even say JA 34 half the time. Both pruners come with different options and different kits, with and without ropes, with and without adapters, with and without double or single pulley. And I'd encourage you to go to the website to see all the variety of our offerings, jamesonllc.com. You'll find all the information and part numbers you'll need there for all the different kits and varieties of offerings we have. The 14 I have here is actually the single pruner or single pulley design. Self-explanatory, one pulley actuates the cutting motion. This 34, the Big Mouth, is a double pulley. What the double pulley does is it lessens the tension required to actuate the pruner. It makes the cut easier. It does lengthen the stroke, however. You can see how much further I have to pull the rope to get the blade to close. So that's the trade-off. It's easier to pull, but you got to pull it a little further. Again, tree care professionals who want to cut large branches quickly with little effort tend to go for the Big Mouth double pulley pruner. The JA 14 has been around longer, obviously. It is still a standard pruner used by major tree companies in the US and Canada. Very good design, very durable design, has stood the test of time. Both pruners have very similar options and features. They both use what's called a bypass blade. You can see that blade is cutting to the side of the hook, almost like a scissor would cut. That's called a bypass blade. Blades are resharpenable. Both blades are resharpenable and replaceable. All the parts are made from forged plated steel, except for the round piece here is actually aluminum casting to save weight. The hook that you would hook the tree branch onto has a raised edge or a recessed edge here. That prevents drag when cutting. Any surface area reduction for the blade to pass over is going to help make the cut easier. Much of the hardware has been rounded over or recessed so that it prevents excessive snag points when you're up in a tree or reaching between branches, less likely to get hung up or snagged. Both pruners have replaceable parts. Almost all the parts on this pruner are replaceable, and Jameson does offer replacement parts. Call your customer service agent or talk to your Jameson sales manager for details on replacement parts. Many of the replacement parts are also interchangeable between the JA 14 and the Big Mouth. Again, talk to your Jameson sales manager for details on that. One of the great features about both pruners as far as blade replacement, as you can imagine, the blade wears out sooner than any other part. Many competitive models have a firm rivet here at the upper spring pin, which means you have to drill that rivet out to change the blade. Jameson models use a nut, a threaded stud and a nut with a nylon insert. So that to replace the blade, all you have to do is remove that nut, pull out your pin, put the new blade in, and you don't have to take it to a shop or to your garage to drill it out and replace it. Both pruners have an extra strong spring. The spring is what's used to return the pruner back to the open position. You can imagine if you're 20 feet reaching up in a tree and you make that cut and that blade doesn't spring back, that's a real frustration. So we make sure we have plenty of spring tension to pull that blade back. Something that really helps maintain the proper function of your pruner is, of course, care and maintenance. Keep it clean and dry. Don't store it in the weather. Don't store it in the bed of your truck. Always keep it indoors in the cab of a truck. Keep it clean. If you get sap buildup, and you will, you can use common cleaners like Goo Gone or other tar and bug removers to clean the tar and the sap off the pruner. And always keep it well lubricated. WD-40 or any light machine oil is great for this. If you keep it clean and oiled, it'll last a long, long time, and normal wear and tear, obviously you can replace the parts. And of course, both pruners work with our Jameson poles. The adapters plug into the poles the same way that all of the Jameson accessories do, right into our female ferrule. So these are the Jameson JA14 and Jameson JA34 Big Mouth Pruners. Visit our website, jamesonllc.com, for product details and further specifications.